Hello students, a very warm welcome. Now in this video we are going to study lesson number 24, that is, are we endangering our environment? Student, this is the last lesson of our syllabus. Now see students, in the lesson, the name of the lesson is only asking a question. Are we endangering our environment? Means what? Are we creating a dangerous situation for our environment? So in this lesson we will learn about the similarities. What do you find between a city, a village and a forest? What differences do you find between them? Then the progress made by human beings, then the growth of the population, groundwater drying up, the damp, the hand pump, then the Rahat Gadge, the moth. And students will also have to remember that while taking things we need from the environment, we must take care not to harm the environment. And now students, coming to page number 146 of your textbook, see there are two pictures given. See, in the first picture we can see 20 years ago there were open fields around the city. Now in the second picture you see today there are new colonies there. There was a big spreading tree near the railway gate. Now see, different kinds of birds and insects lived happily in the tree. Now where have those birds and insects gone today? They might have migrated somewhere else. See, in the first picture we are seeing the spreading tree near the railway gate. There is also a huge field with full crops. There was greenery. Now students, what do you see in the second picture? See, after 20 years this place looks like a city with new colonies. The big tree is also missing. Now what effects will it be on the living things? See, there will be great air pollution and all living things will be in trouble to be alive. Now students, what do you see in this picture? Now we can see the picture of a city, village and forest. Now what similarities do you find between a city, a village and a forest? See, there are trees, animals and birds in a city, a village and a forest. Now what differences do you find between them? See, a village and a forest have clean air. A city suffers from air pollution. There are small houses in villages. There are huge buildings in cities. A forest is full of birds and animals. And now students, coming to page number 147, see the progress made by human beings. See students, man is the most intelligent animal. He makes use of his intelligence to make his life more comfortable. Now about 150 years ago, researchers found out how to use mineral oil. Man then invented many vehicles that would run on fuel. Man also developed the railway engine that would run on coal. Previously, animals were used for transportation. Now we use modern means of transport that help to save both time and labor. The things we need to satisfy our various wants are obtained from forests, farms, mines and factories. Sometimes waste water from factories is led into rivers. This has an adverse effect on the environment. This further has ill effects on all living things. So students, what happens? See, all this has an effect on the environment, and if the environment is harmed, it has harmful effects on all living things, and man is no exception. And now students, coming to page number 148, see growth of the population. You have to find out. See, a census was done in 1951. What was the population of our country then? Census means what? Count of population. Now see, the population of our country in 1951 was nearly 37 crores. Then a census was done in 2011. What was the population of our country then? See, the population of our country in 2011 was nearly 121 crores. So we can see the growth of the population. Now students, see, in the last 60 years the population of our country has tripled. So demand for all goods and services is growing fast. People from villages are migrating to cities in search of employment. This has made the cities overcrowded. Cities are experiencing the problem of shortage of water and houses. There used to be open spaces and fields around the cities. To build new colonies in cities, trees there had to be cut down. In cities, one has to travel long distances to get to work. Therefore, some people in cities use vehicles that run on fuels. These vehicles spew out smoke as they are driven around. This increased the air pollution in cities. Due to air pollution, some people suffer from the breathing problems. Due to cutting down of trees, birds do not find places to build their nests. So, now there are fewer and fewer birds noticed in cities. See students, sometimes drainage system in cities fails. Then water collects in the midst of the living areas. Mosquitoes grow in it. They spread disease like malaria, dengue, filaria, chikungunya, etc. So students, do you see how the increase in the population spoils the life we lead in cities? Now students, coming to page number 149, see, groundwater is drying up. See students, water is an important need of all living things. We use water for keeping ourselves and our houses clean, for cooking, farming, industry and construction. As the rainy season ends, the water in rivers decreases. Water in wells too recedes. Their water barely lasts up to the month of March the following year. Later in summer, many villages face a serious scarcity of water. The population has so greatly increased that now every summer we face severe water scarcity. Another problem that the population growth caused was that of availability of food. The food produced in the country began to fall short of the needs of the growing population. So, our scientists developed improved methods of farming. Previously, farmers would grow only one crop in the year. Now, then they can take 2 or even 3 crops every year. As a result, food production increased, but so did the demand for water for agriculture. And do you know students, people settle only where water is available from one source or the other. The population keeps growing. The rainfall, however, remains the same. So there is a shortage of water. Much of the rainwater flows away unused. So we began to build dams to store rainwater and use it later. Some people began to use bore wells rather than draw wells and to use hand pumps to lift water. Then pumps that work mechanically on diesel or electricity were invented. Now the use of such pumps has become widespread. Now students, coming to page number 150, see, use your brain power. See, previously water was needed for farming only during the rainy season. Now it is needed for 8 months in the year where 3 crops are taken. It is required all year around. It only rains during the rainy season. Then from where do we get the water for farming for all our other needs? See students, water for farming can be used from wells, bore wells and the dams. And see students, in the Konkan region, in most of the villages, a horizontal beam is placed over the mouth of the well. It supports a large wooden wheel which turns around. This wheel is called rahat. A chain of several pots, that is gadge, is fixed on the rahat. As the rahat turns, each garge gets filled, comes up and turns over, and the water gets poured into the channel. This traditional method of drawing water is known as Rahat Garge. And now students see, a moth is a large leather bag. It is lowered into the water at the end of a rope. When it is full, it lifted out of the well. Bullocks move to and fro on a ramp to lower the moth and lift it. Nowadays, moth is used in very few places in Maharashtra. See, nowadays fields are watered using diesel or electric pumps. These mechanical pumps can lift many times more water than the moths ever could. Besides, because more than one crop is taken every year, the pumps are used to lift water even after the rainy season. As a result, the water stored underground is getting used up rapidly. And now students will have a quick look at what we have learned. See, vehicles like motor cars, buses and scooters that run on mineral oil were invented. So too were railway trains. It made traveling easier. We built dams, roads and railways. We set up factories and build houses. We release water from factories into rivers. This causes harm to the environment as well as to the living things in it. As the population keeps growing, the demand for things we get from the environment also grows in leaps and bounds. Cities became crowded as people left their villages in search for work. Trees were cut down to build new houses. The number of vehicles increases. Their smoke began to cause breathing disorders. As trees are felled, birds do not find nesting places. There is smoke too. As a result, the number of birds, butterflies, and other insects in cities are falling. The greater the population, the greater is the demand for food grain. Farmers now take multiple crops. The demand of water too increases. Previously in Konkan, the water wheel was used to draw well water, while the moat was used elsewhere in Maharashtra. Now pumps are used for the purpose in most places. So groundwater gets used up rapidly. And students, you should always remember, while taking things we need from the environment, we must take care not to harm the environment. And now for homework students, you have to read, learn and write these words 10 times in your notebook. Like the first word progress, second word census, third word intelligent, fourth word hand pump, fifth word endangering, sixth word moth, seventh word leather, eighth word drawels, ninth word rahat garge and the 10th one environment. Thank you. Have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay protective.